Welcome back to Computer Organization course. Today we study condition codes topic. In my previous video I had explained you about order of execution, nothing but instruction sequences. Normally processor executes every instruction one by one in the given order as written in the program. That means after completion of one instruction execution, the next instruction below it will get executed. This is also called straight line sequencing. In the same video, I explained you what is a branch sequences. A programmer can make processor to execute any other instruction other than the instruction present below the current instruction. It's called branch sequencing. In such cases, either processor skip few instructions and jump to forward and start executing remaining instructions, or sometimes processor jump back and executes some instructions which are already executed. It is called backward jump. But while branching, there are two different kind of branching, conditional branch and unconditional branch. In unconditional branch, processor simply branches its execution to some other instructions other than the instruction below it without any condition. So processor may go back and repeat some instruction, processor may skip and jump forward for execution of instructions without any condition. But when conditional branching is executed, processor do not simply skip the instruction below it. Instead, it will check a particular condition, and if condition is satisfied, then only that branch is successful. Processor jump to some other instruction and execute it instead of straight line sequencing. If the condition is failed, the processor follow the straight line sequence execution. That means it executes next instruction as in the straight line sequencing. Condition codes helps conditional branches. So it helps processor to take decision whether a particular condition is satisfied or not. So let us see how exactly it works. The condition codes are also called as flags or status. That is because condition codes are nothing but status of recently executed instruction. Once a processor executes an instruction successfully, some outcomes will be there. Those information regarding the instruction executed are called condition codes or flags. For example, if processor performs addition operation, the instruction executed recently is add instruction and the result is 0. We are adding two numbers and the result is 0. Then that is the status of the instruction. Result is 0. If while adding two numbers, if the final result is negative, that is one more status. So there are different status or information regarding the result obtained after execution of every instruction. Such status is stored called flags. The such status of every instruction is stored in a single flag register. There is a dedicated register in every processor to store status of every instruction executed. But we should know that there will be only one flag register. So every time a new instruction executes, its status will be overwritten on the status of previously executed instruction. So as soon as the instruction is executed successfully, status is updated in flag register. Once a new instruction is executed, the previous status is gone. It will be discarded. And in flag register, every different status of the instruction execution is identified as a bit. So if flag register, generally it will be 32-bit or sometimes 64-bit. Even though we are not using all the bits, a bit is reserved for a particular status. For example, to inform whether the result is 0 or not, a particular bit is reserved. We will see this in next slides. Even though we can withdraw many status of a particular instruction execution result, here in this textbook we have discussed only 4 major status of the instruction. Nothing but the negative flag, zero flag, overflow flag and carry flag. Negative flag indicates whether the result obtained after execution of an instruction is negative or positive. If negative flag is 1, that means the recently executed instruction's result is negative. If negative flag is 0, then the recently executed instruction's result is positive. Similarly, zero flag, which indicates whether result is 0 or not. If zero flag is 1, means result is 0. Otherwise result is non-zero. Similarly, overflow flag indicates if there is any overflow during signed number operations, and carry flag, if there is a carry during unsigned number operations, the carry flag is set to 1. Otherwise, carry flag is set to 0. In flag register, there are 4 bits reserved for these 4 particular flags. And when an instruction is executed, based on the status of the result, these bits are either set or reset. The N bit, nothing but which indicates whether the result is negative, is set to 1 when result is actually negative after execution of instruction. And the negative result is identified using the MSB bit. The MSB bit is always called as sign bit. If the MSB bit is 1, the result is negative, or if MSB bit is 0, the result is positive. The same bit is copied in N flag. So negative flag also indicates whether result is positive or negative, and 0 flag indicates whether result is 0. That means if all the bits of the result obtained after execution of the instruction are 0, that means the entire result is 0. So 0 bit will be set. Overflow bit is used in signed operations to indicate whether the result size is greater than the size of the operands. Suppose I make addition operation of 2 numbers which are signed, and numbers are 16 bit in length, but if the result is more than 16 bit, then we call it as overflow. Carry bit indicates whether there is a carry generated while making any operation of unsigned numbers. The carry bit itself indicates the borrow during subtraction also. Let us see a simple example. Here I am making an addition operation of 2 8-bit numbers. You can see here I have 2 8-bit numbers and I am making an addition operation, and this is my result. So during this addition I have a carry at the end of 8th bit that I cannot store anywhere because my result is also 8 bit. So since these numbers are unsigned, I am considering this carry and making carry flag as 1. That means processor finds out there is a carry and makes carry flag as 1 to indicate the carry has been generated, but this carry gets discarded. Similarly, we can see the sign bit. I told you that the MSB bit is called sign bit for any numbers. If that sign bit is 1, the number is negative, otherwise the number is positive. Here you can see the sign bit, that is the 8th bit of this 8-bit result, is 1. That means this number is actually a negative number, so sign bit is 1. Otherwise sign bit will be 0. And then overflow and 0 flags. See, overflow flag is considered during sign number operations, and it is same as carry flag. But since here I have considered this as an unsigned number operation, I am considering only carry. 0 flag, you can see here, this entire result value is not 0. Since this result becomes 0 only when all 8 bits are 0, but here the result value is not 0, so 0 flag is 0. Otherwise 0 flag will be 1 to indicate that result is 0. So this is how it looks like inside our processor. There ALU performs arithmetical and logical operations, and while performing these operations, ALU updates overflow, 0, sign and carry flags based on the result it is obtained. This diagram is shown only for the purpose of convincing you. It is not there in the syllabus. Let us address some issues that always confuses the students. First one is overwriting flag register. Yes, every time an instruction gets executed, based on the value of the result, the sign, negative, overflow and carry flags gets updated. But there will be only one flag register. So every flag bits, that is carry, sign, negative and 0 flag bits, will get overwritten when an instruction is executed. And a new instruction when gets executed, again it is overwritten. That is because we have only one flag register and only one bit for every flag. So every time a new instruction gets executed, those flag bit values which represented status of the previous execution gets overwritten. Now who has to set or reset flag bits based on the result? It is a processor. Basically ALU performs arithmetical and logical operations. Based on the result obtained, ALU itself updates the flag register every time it executes an instruction. Or generally I can say processor sets or resets flag register. So as soon as an instruction gets executed, based on the result, the flag bits will get updated and it is inevitable. Most of the students get confused with zero flag. See, any flag answers a question, what is the status of the result? Just like that, for zero flag, whether result is zero, that is answered by zero flag. Yes or no? If zero flag is 1, result is 0. If zero flag is 0, result is non-zero. So just concentrate on this zero flag. Another important issue is the difference between carry and overflow flag. The carry flag is used during unsigned number operations and overflow flag is used during signed number operations. And finally, what is the use of these flags? What is the use of storing status of the result after an instruction gets executed? What happens if the result is 0? What happens if result is negative? What if there is a carry or if there is no carry or overflow? What is the use of storing result for a short time? Because every time a new instruction gets executed, the previous status is discarded. The flag register or flag bits are used by the processor during execution of branch instruction which are conditional. If it is unconditioned branch, it gets executed without any decision. But if the branch is a conditional branch, to check whether condition is satisfied or not, the processor makes use of flag bits. For example, here there is a program given. So here after subtracting R0 by R1, the result is stored in R1. And then I want to jump to the next label, which is nothing but this instruction. That means I want to skip execution of these instructions if R1 value is greater than 0 after subtraction. Now how processor decides whether R1 value is greater than 0 or less than 0 or equal to 0? That is, during execution of branch instruction, the processor check the 0 flag in the flag register. That is nothing but the status of recently executed instruction. So 0 flag informs whether the previously executed or recently executed instruction result, that is subtraction of R0 by R1, has resulted in 0 value or not. Using that 0 flag in the flag register, the processor makes the decision here. So this is about a small video on conditional codes.